Galileo Galilei wasn't really punished for science versus religion. The real story is much messier and way more political. Imagine you're Galileo in the early 1600s. You've got a telescope, brand new data, and you're saying, the Earth moves around the sun. Dangerous idea? Yes, but not just for theology. Because in 1616, church officials already told Galileo, you can discuss heliocentrism as a theory, but don't teach it as fact. So the line was drawn. Science was allowed as long as it stayed in its lane. Fast forward to 1632. Galileo publishes a book, Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems. On the surface, it's just a debate between two characters, but one of them, the old, wrong-headed, kind of dumb character, suspiciously sounds like the Pope. And that Pope, Urban VIII, used to be Galileo's friend. He had personally allowed Galileo to write about this topic, as long as he treated heliocentrism as hypothetical. But Galileo's book makes the Earth moves side look undeniably smarter. It's like he turned a theological debate into a public roast. Now, put yourself in the church's shoes. They're not just worried about astronomy. They're dealing with the Protestant Reformation, political instability, challenges to authority everywhere. If they let one famous scientist openly embarrass them, what happens to their credibility in every other controversy? So when Galileo is tried in 1633, the charge isn't you built a telescope or you did experiments. It's that he disobeyed a direct order, taught a condemned idea as truth, and publicly undermined the church's authority. That's why his punishment is so telling. They don't burn him at the stake. They force him to recant and sentence him to house arrest. In other words, you can keep thinking it, you just can't keep saying it. So was Galileo punished for bad science? Number one, his science was too good and too bold. He was punished because his ideas, his book, and his attitude threatened powerful people at a fragile political moment. In the end, Galileo's story isn't just science versus faith. It's what happens when truth collides with power, and power feels like it's losing control.